Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Mark Stein of Livonia Stevenson boys basketball. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
All right, doing pretty well. So, it's been a few months. I know you've been just trying to get the year all straightened out as you only have maybe like a few more weeks left. So just recap this basketball season and just yeah.
It was honestly a great season. I don't have any regrets. I mean, senior season with all my friends I've been playing since middle school. Just wanted to make the most of it with while I could with those guys. But I had a lot of fun. There were definitely ups and downs, but I'm just happy I went through it with the people I did because they're great people and I really enjoyed the season with them.
Um, to have to have the career in the year that you did, and to be kind of part of, to be a part of like the turnaround that Stevenson has had these last few years. What's that been like for you?
Um, it's really just been a grind. Like those summers every throughout my high school career were just filled with and being by myself in the gym, asking coach to get the gym unlocked. It was all just hard work that me and my teammates put in on our own outside of the team workouts. So we all kind of just came together and just worked hard to get Stevenson back on the right track.
Yeah. Um, to to have the career, what was really kind of the best moment of this year? And I know that you were in a division that was that was pretty tough. But what was it like to go through the season? What were some of the best moments that you've had?
Um, well, obviously being able to be on the floor one last time with my senior teammates, that was definitely a great experience. But individually, the biggest one for me this year was the during my last game, that last bucket I got for the 1,000 points. It just felt great. The game stopped. I mean, everyone came and congratulated me. It just felt like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. So just all that hard work just kind of paid off really.
Did you think that you were going to get to the 1,000 point mark?
I knew I had a chance. There were times this season where I didn't really think I could, but I kind of just ignored all those and just kept doing my thing. And sure enough, it did work out in the end.
The one thing I'm always noticed about you, and I've gotten to see you play a couple times, it's kind of this even keel thing where it's just you're just one thing. You don't get too high, don't get too down. You're just kind of calm kid. What has that
Right.
always been like that?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, there's been times where my emotions have flared, but I try my best to just keep it pretty even. So nothing really changes. I just try to stay consistent as possible.
Yeah. Um, what was your best all-time game in your high school career?
Um, Probably my junior year, that last game in playoffs against Southfield A&T. That was probably my highest scoring. But there was a game this year where we played Fordson. That was probably my best defensive game. That was a very low scoring game, but I had to guard some of the better players. So I definitely had to focus on defense for that game. And I'm really happy with how I played on the defensive end.
Mhm. Okay, so I know that you're not continuing your basketball career. Of course, you're on your way onward. And next adventure, Michigan State is where you're heading. You know, kind of talk about that decision, and obviously you won't be playing competitively again. Um, I asked you this earlier, but what you don't have, obviously you don't have any regrets from the season.
Right. I mean, that was probably one of the hardest decisions I'm going to have to make in my life. It was just a lot of research individually into all the colleges and talking to my parents about what we thought was best for me. And I'm gonna be honest, it was not a great experience. It was just a lot of stress and a lot of stuff having to be done. But in the end, I'm happy with how it turns out. I think this is the best decision for me and my future. So I'm really excited for what's for my future.
Okay. So you're on your way to be a student. Have you decided on a major and stuff?
Yeah, so I'm going to major in kinesiology. I'm taking a couple classes for that right now. So it's really piqued my interest in that career.
Okay. What does basketball mean to you?
I mean, it's for my whole life, it's really been my life. I mean, I played my first game when I was 4, and then that's when I kind of fell in love with the sport. So ever since, it's been just it really has been my life. With the summers being out of town every weekend for AU, and then just working hard whenever I'm not actually playing basketball. So it's going to be sad to leave it, but I know it's not leaving completely. So I'm still happy with how everything is.
Yeah. Okay, so going into, this, I mean, your time here, and I know that it's there's been a lot of news surrounding, Stevenson. You're not the only one that's leaving. Of course, this we didn't know this at the time, but this was also going to be the last year for your head coach. So I know it was announced that he was going to step down to pursue other opportunities. What has kind of he meant to you as a coach, and what's it kind of like for you, the both of you, to kind of go out together?
Well, I mean, he kind of came into the head coach just when I first started attending Stevenson. So I mean, I'm happy for him. I think this is exactly what he wants, and I just wish the best for him. But I've definitely had a great career with him. He's definitely made me a better player. He's definitely been there for me outside of basketball too, whenever I needed his help. So he's just been a great person to me overall as a coach and as a friend. And he's just been a great coach, and I can't ask for anything else from him.
Yeah. Um, you only got a couple more weeks left. Um, are you trying to you counting down the days, you soaking it all in, whatever, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just kind of reminiscing over my high school career. I mean, it's kind of sad it's coming to an end, but I'm also excited for the new chapter in my life that's coming. So yeah, I'm counting down the days a little bit, getting those couple projects and getting ready for those couple tests. But it's it's definitely going to be kind of sad when it ends.
All right. And what will you miss about high school basketball?
Um, Not even I think just seeing my friends every day and going out to eat with them, because that's really where I had the best moments with my team and just made the best relationships. Just going out to eat with my good friends, because we just that's where I get to see them every day at practice, right? So going out to eat with them after, just like a breath of fresh air. So I'm gonna miss being able to see all of them after those practices and seeing them at practice and just be able to hang out with them when I like that.
All right. Well, Mark, thanks so much for the time as always, and best of luck to you in your future, bud.
Thank you again for having me.